We're recording now. Hi! Hey everybody, we're back.
Hi!
It's episode 29, or show 29. As always, I am Tim Barnek from Precarious Pixels. With me, as always, is...
Hey, I'm Bob.
Oh wow, that is weak.
Sorry, I'm Bob.
I'm Bob. Bob is running on no sleep, so this will be an interesting episode to record.
No sleep and a lot of rage.
A lot of rage. He is, it's kind of like the Hulk, he's just always angry.
That's true. And I'm an angry dude.
He seems like he's calm on the outside, but he's just full of anger.
I'm just emotionally vacant.
Wow.
Yeah, just rage.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But you should be happy, because yesterday we went and saw a little movie that makes everybody happy, Antman and the Wasp.
It's true.
It's absolutely true. So we're going to give you a heads-up spoiler warning, because we're going to spoil the crap out of this.
People shrink.
People shrink.
Spoiler alert.
There's somebody whose name is Antman, and there's another lady whose name is the Wasp.
There's actually... Are we really into spoilers now?
Oh, we're going to go total spoilers.
There's two of each of those.
That's very true. There is two of each.
It should have been called Ant-Man and the Wasps.
Ant-Man and the Wasps?
Yeah, right? Because you got your Pym, you got your Skyline.
Right.
You got your Pym, you got your Van Dyne.
Right. Yeah.
So it's literally two of each.
It's true.
Why is her last name Van Dyne?
Who?
Which is Van Dyne? The daughter, right?
Yeah.
Why is that her last name?
Hope Van Dyne?
Yeah.
Because it's Janet Van Dyne. Janet
They were married.
Yeah, it was the maiden name. Because they were estranged, so she kind of was like, I'm taking mom's name.
I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, me neither, but
I feel like they just made that up.
Yeah. No, I think it was just probably they wanted to differentiate the two characters. I'm not really sure. It's just like, I guess like Hope Pym didn't sound right.
Hope.
But yeah, we saw it.
To me.
It was a great movie. It's basically about you pick up right after what happened, kind of, I guess, in Civil War, because we didn't get to Avengers Infinity War and at the beginning of this movie. So it's kind of like a nice palate cleanser.
Strong spoiler right there.
Yeah, it's a nice palate cleanser. If you haven't seen Avengers Infinity War, where have you been? Because everybody has seen it, made all the money. All the monies. And this one I think is doing well. Like, I think it made a pretty good money. We were in a packed theater, and it was the weekend after. It was the week after the opening weekend.
Yeah, and it was Tuesday.
Yeah, it was a Tuesday, and it was still like full of people. So for a late showing too. So definitely, it's doing well. That probably means they're going to do more in the series. They definitely left it open for more in the series. So, all the characters from the first one are pretty much back, except for the guy who died. Yellow Jacket did not come back. But it's a very good story. They added the villain they added was, I think, pretty good.
Which one?
That's true. Two villains. The powered one, Ghost. And what was his name? Sonny something.
I just call him Walton Goggins.
Walton Goggins, yes, who plays like the Southern guy.
See, they said he was Southern. I don't believe it, because he didn't once say anything with a Southern accent in that whole movie, and he has that Texas accent.
He did at the beginning. He was talking like a slight Southern accent.
I don't think so. I think this is
doing like he was like, darling, blah blah
you
blah. You're breaking my heart.
You need to watch Justified. Or The Shield.
Yeah.
Or Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And you will hear him. Oh, and House of a Thousand Corpses.
Oh, yeah.
You can always hear him with that Southern accent, and in this one, it was almost not there. And that's the weird thing. Like, they kept calling him the Southern guy, and that was the least Southern I've ever heard him sound.
Well,
and he made a comment about snow, like, which is not as common occurrence in the snow in the South as it is up north, like where we live in the Arctic.
Yes. Well, they're out, I think, San
Francisco.
Yeah, because I definitely saw like the one building that was like I was like, oh, that's in San Francisco.
And the trolley cars.
Yes. But I guess the main thing of this, they do like pretty much like pick up that Scott has been put on like probation, ankle bracelet kind of thing. So that's why he wasn't in Infinity War, blah blah blah, and why he's not in prison.
Yeah, how did they know who he was? How did the FBI know who he was in?
Well, he was arrested. Remember, he got arrested in Germany.
Did he? I didn't remember that.
He like during Captain America: Civil War, he does the whole giant man thing, collapses, I guess, and then gets arrested somewhere, like him and Hawkeye, and then Cap breaks them out. I do remember that, but I'm guessing he didn't want to like go on the run anymore, so he cut a deal.
Turns himself in, yeah.
Turns himself in. They kind of mentioned that a little bit.
Well, he does have a kid.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, so he does, yeah, which are both in it, which I love that they brought both of them back, and the I guess like
her new husband,
yeah,
or boyfriend, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
Everybody in it was really good.
Yeah,
and it's light.
It is.
It needed to be.
It really needed to be. If there was another heavy movie after Infinity War, I think everybody would have been just like, I can't take this anymore. Just end the world now, and let's do this. Do the snap.
And that's the other thing. Everybody in it was, aside from a couple of the characters, most of the characters mean well. Right? 'Cause you got Larry.
What, Larry?
Larry Fishburne.
Oh, yes. Yeah, Lawrence Fishburne does an amazing job.
And what he does, he means well in what he's doing.
Right.
You got Ghost, whose character is doing something bad.
Yeah.
But only because
she needs to
being like almost eternally punished.
Yeah.
And she's sort of been forced that way.
Yeah. And this is also about a lot of quantum realm stuff, which I was just like, okay, we can go do that kind of stuff. All right.
It's almost very Fantastic Four. I bet you if that deal had gone through sooner, the Fantastic Four would have shown up.
Oh, I was thinking if the deal had gone through sooner, the next Avengers movie, it would have been like, hey, we need extra help. Oh, look, there's this other group of superheroes who have been lost in space we didn't know about.
They still could?
They still could.
Because it doesn't even have a name yet.
Yeah. And honestly, I think of almost the Guardians are like the Fantastic Four now.
I guess.
A little bit. Like family drama, outer space, adventures kind of stuff.
What if they just mixed the two sets of Fantastic Fours? So what if you had your Michael B. Jordan?
Oh, really?
But you're Jessica Alba.
Okay. Sure.
Right? And you got your younger Mr. Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
But the Michael Chiklis thing.
Okay.
I'm down.
And who's Johnny? Oh, you want Michael B. Jordan to be Johnny Storm?
Yes.
Who's already been a villain. And your other Johnny Storm is Captain America. Makes no sense. Can't do it.
It has to be Michael B. Jordan.
I don't know.
Yeah, he doesn't have to be the same guy because you don't show the tattoo under his lip.
Okay. No. Here's what's going to happen. They're going to probably get a whole new, I imagine, Fantastic Four. Eventually, it's going to happen one way or the other. Because even, I think Kevin Feige, who's been producing all these movies, has said like the next part of the Marvel Universe phase, what are we in, 4 or 5?
I think it's 4.
4?
This was the end of 3, I think.
Yeah. It's going to be outer space driven stuff. So I think probably at D23 is where I guess they're going to make all the announcements.
I don't know if that's a good idea. I think you still need to keep it grounded somewhat in reality.
It doesn't necessarily need to be. I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy, they're mostly out in space, but you kind of get, like, they use, like, modern music.
Let's talk about the successful DC movies, and by that I mean Batman. Right?
Really? Batman v Superman?
No, because that's a Superman movie.
It's very true.
It's a Superman movie that they shoehorned Batman into.
Yes. Which they're still going to do another Superman movie. They are going to do some Man of Steel 2 thing, whatever it's going to be.
Did Green Lantern work?
I think it could work if they had done it right.
I don't know that it could.
Well, I heard that the original script for that they had changed quite a bit. It was originally the guy who, what is it? He was pretty much doing all the DC TV stuff. I can't think of his name right now.
So the guy that's making them money.
Yes.
They took him off it.
Well, they took his script and then changed everything.
And put Zack Snyder in.
Well, no. I'm talking about
for Green Lantern.
For Green Lantern.
Oh God, I don't even know who was responsible for that travesty.
Yeah, he had written the original script, and apparently it was very good. And I think it had less to do with weird yellow monster thingies, and they kind of took out a bunch of other stuff and put in like other weird things in it.
The fact that you have to say yellow monster thingies.
Yeah.
Because you don't even know.
Oh, I know. It's the oh man, I'm gonna totally lose it at what it is now, but I know what that is.
Yellow monster thingies.
Yellow monster thingies. Yellow blob thing.
But the point is, like, the movie was so bad.
It was a terrible movie.
So forgettable.
Yeah.
I remember nothing about it.
Yeah.
Except for the CG suit.
Mm-hmm.
But I probably only remember that because it was referenced in Deadpool 1.
Yes. Nothing green or animated.
No.
But they are going to do, Jeff Johns, I know, is doing the Green Lantern Corps movie, which they should have put John, like, I'm guessing that it's going to be John Stewart Green Lantern, which is what they should have done from the beginning. Because no kid knows Hal Jordan. They all know the animated versions.
How do you say his name?
Hal Jordan.
Hal.
It's not Hal, it's Hal.
It's Hal.
Oh, it has one L.
Yeah.
Hal Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hal.
Oh my God.
This is like Han versus
You heard it
here. It doesn't matter. That guy.
Anyway.
Yes.
It was really solid. Then they had that. Do you want to go into the spoiler at the end?
Oh yeah. Well, so the whole thing is that they're going to get Michelle Pfeiffer out of the Quantum Realm. They do that. They get her back. Everything's okay. Michael Pena tells you a really long story, which is amazing because that's what, like, those guys are really. I'm so glad they were back.
Michael Pena's best role is observe and report.
Okay.
Go die.
I thought you were going to say shooter.
No, my favorite line in that movie is just like, what's her name? Anna Faris is like freaking out because she thinks she's going to get killed because there's like some stalker or something.
Right.
And she's just like, you're definitely going to die. And she looks at him again and she's like, no, I'm not going to die. What do you mean? And he's like, you're going to die. It's so good.
It is really good.
It's a really dark movie. Do not watch it with kids.
No. But yes, I agree. That is a great movie.
Also, not afraid for the nudity in that movie.
No, yeah, they do it. Yeah.
And what's his name's in it?
Ray Liotta.
Ray Liotta's in it, of course.
Yeah.
The original good fella. But no, I'm talking about Kenny Powers. Eastbound and Down. What's his name?
Oh, yeah.
My second favorite line in that movie is, if that's not my son, then why is he tattooed on my chest?
Danny McBride.
Danny McBride is hilarious. But yeah, that's a good movie. You should watch.
Okay.
I don't know where. Sorry.
All right, we really jumped off that, but
you're gonna die.
Michael Pena. But he does an amazing job as always. I had hoped that they were going to put in for the after credit scene what they had showed apparently at last year's D23 for Antman and the Wasp, which was Michael Pena and Paul Rudd telling Michelle Pfeiffer what had happened in the Marvel Universe up until, like, what had happened while she was gone. There was a whole, apparently a scene that was supposed to be in it where he, like, recounts the entire Marvel Universe up until, like, that point. Like, all the stuff with Avengers and Thor and, like, everything.
So my question to you would be this.
Yeah.
Do you think the implication there is that they didn't know?
No, I think it was more of they knew, but they wanted to keep it secret. I'm sure they shot stuff that they, like, that was the thing. Like, there's stuff in, like...
No, I'm saying, do you think they didn't tell, like, Paul Rudd and Michelle Pfeiffer...
Oh, no, that was...
Michael Douglas, what was going to happen at the end of Avengers?
No, nobody knew that.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So they could have just shot a scene, and they could totally have edited that.
Right.
And had him come in 2 weeks before the movie came out and have him scream, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that was definitely, I'm betting reshoots. Their last, like, there's a mid-credit scene and there's an after-credit scene. The after-credit scene is just an ant playing drums, which I call...
You really did.
I really did. I was like, I bet this is going to end on a happy note, because we can't end on a sad note, of an ant playing drums on drum kit, which was incredible. No, I'm pretty sure that was like a reshoot, and it seemed like really quick. Like, honestly, them on a rooftop with a bunch of equipment and stuff, and they probably just green screened in all that other stuff. It seems so simple. I'm betting that they waited until like after the stuff had happened, then shot that, and so they cut into the movie, because they're super secretive about their stuff.
Yeah, I am curious what they do in Captain Marvel.
I am too.
I know you're convinced they're going to do that young thing.
They are going to.
It's official?
It is like super freaking official. But who knows how long it's going to be in. What's his name is going to be back from the first Guardians movie. Lee Pace. Ronan the Accuser. Because this is, my bet is, this is the Kree, which they might bring in the Skrulls War. That was what Captain Marvel originally was, like a big part of the Avengers was he was a Kree soldier who defected to protect the Earth and stuff like that. And the big thing was the Avengers in the Kree Skrull War. I'm betting it's going to be something similar to that with the new Captain Marvel, and it's going to be the Kree Skrull War, because at the end of the first Guardians movie, they're in the peace of what happened after the war. But Ronan doesn't want to let that go. Yeah, sorry. I had a
He's
little
an angry cat.
Yeah.
We're not even going to go there. We wouldn't even mention what just happened.
Yeah. Gotta stop doing that. I'm the worst.
Yeah, I'm the one in a bad mood.
But yeah, I'm betting that's what's going to happen. It's going to be parts of the Kree Skrull War or the Shi'ar Skrull or Kree War. It's definitely going to be a war with the Kree. So, because that's kind of like their whole deal.
As long as the Punisher's in it, I don't care.
You think the Punisher's going to be in it?
But I have hope.
Maybe.
I will always have hope that the Punisher's in it.
Maybe.
And then he's played
No.
by Thomas Jane.
Thomas Jane? Thomas Jane might be in it.
5'6" Punisher.
Oh, and what's his name? The other guy from the Guardians movie. The guy who says Star-Lord.
Oh. Wow.
The guy from the island. I can't think
Jaimin.
of. Yes.
Jaimin Hansu?
Yes, he is going to be back apparently as well.
Playing that same character?
Same character, because this is all predates the Guardians stuff.
Is it just an excuse to get those guys back?
I guess so.
Okay.
Yeah. Which lets me believe the Guardians might show up in this too. Or we might see young Star-Lord.
But what are the odds he encountered those people twice? I don't know that they do that.
No, I mean those guys are already signed to it. Like those characters are already coming in. Like he's signed, and I'm pretty sure Lee Pace is already signed.
No, but I'm talking about I'm pretty sure they wouldn't be able to explain Star-Lord meeting.
Yeah, no, I don't think Star-Lord's going to be in it.
But it could have something to do with the ship that picks him up at the beginning of Guardians.
That's true.
Because something picks him up, right? And the claim is that it's
Yondu.
Yondu.
Yeah.
But how does Yondu know to go there? And then you got that.
Yeah, that's true.
And then Captain Marvel tips him off. So that's an excuse to get Merle back.
That would be a great excuse to get Yondu back in. Because they could have all the Avengers back.
His name is Aaron Spenning.
Yes. They could even have all the ones they killed. They could have Taserface. I hope Taserface is in it. Sylvester Stallone could be in it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? Because they have them, and they put them in for nothing?
Yeah, which I thought was kind of strange, too. I was just like, alright, you can have all that there.
And they're not afraid to bring somebody in for, no reason.
I mean, honestly, they could even have Kurt Russell could show up. They could have, anybody that they've killed off or whatever so far come back. Because Coulson's going to be in it. Phil Coulson, S.H.I.E.L.D.
But he's not dead.
Yeah. Well, we know that.
Well,
but
I guess he is, but he's not.
He is, but he's not. It's a weird thing. He's apparently dead to the cinematic universe, unless it's predates when he died in the first Avengers movie. I don't know. It's so weird. No idea what's going on. But yeah, so that would probably be what Captain Marvel is. And then how they're going to bring Ant-Man into the next Avengers movie, I think there's a reference to a time portal or something in the quantum realm. There's just stay, I think even Michelle Pfeiffer says, stay away from the time portals or whatever, you get sucked somewhere. I'm betting Scott's going to be like, well, I don't know what's going on, but I need to get out of here. Oh, there's a time portal. I'm going to jump through it and warp somewhere. And I'm betting it's going to be into Avengers 4.
So into the future?
Or the past. Because they're saying that the next Avengers movie might be like a time travel movie.
Could Scott Lang be the most important character in that film?
Could be. He could actually be the one who saves the Marvel Universe.
Could be, but it's clearly going to be Captain Marvel because we know what they're going for with it.
Well, he could just be part of it. I don't think it's going to be like that.
That's a big crux.
Yeah.
To put it all on one character.
Yeah. That
you haven't even introduced.
It is kind of strange. I don't think it's going to be that. I think it's going to be, if it's going to be time travel, since this is they just celebrated the 10-year anniversary, and this seems to be wrapping up a huge story that they've been building up for 10 years, that they're going to kind of go through all the greatest hits of what happened in the Marvel Universe so far. It's going to go probably to the first Avengers battle. I think it's probably going to go to maybe the first time Thor shows up, or the Hulk, or it's all going to be the big stuff that happened in the movies.
I hope Wong saves the day.
Wong could show up.
Yeah, because he's not. They haven't shown that he's dead.
Yeah, I'm betting this is going to end with Tony Stark's wedding. It's either going to end with Tony Stark's wedding or Tony Stark being I'm retiring because Pepper's having a kid.
I don't know.
I'm betting
Robert Downey Jr. will leave.
I don't think he's going to leave. I think he's just going to be I'm going to retire and show up in cameos sometimes.
Could be. I don't know, man. There's certain characters that you don't want to lose.
Yeah.
I'm totally fine with them nixing. I don't even know. Maybe I'm not.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not fine with them nixing anybody now.
Well, I know that they can't really I think Robert's contract is up pretty much.
Yeah, but you said that about Cap.
Cap's
one of the characters they didn't kill.
Yeah. Oh, that's coming. It's because he's never that's the one thing that I'm betting is going to happen. It's either he dies because he's never going to retire. There's no way. If they said that character retires, something has gone wrong in a writing room.
But you don't retire him. You just put him in a leadership role. You put him in charge, right? No. Which he'll hate.
No, he will never ever do that.
There's so many arcs they could write for that character.
They could.
That's why they don't get rid of him.
But I'm telling you, Bucky Cap is coming.
No.
It is so coming.
I would rather have Rocket Raccoon. I would rather have Rocket Rat Cap.
It could be.
Just know that.
Rockin' Bucky.
Rocket Raccoon Captain America.
Weird things have happened.
2019. I want it.
I could see that happening. But I'm pretty sure Sebastian Stan has signed up for 20 more movies or something.
Yeah, but that's the problem. He's kind of lame.
We'll see.
He's kind of lame.
I liked his, when he took over as Captain America, I liked that series.
Yeah, you like the comics, but instead we get Hot Topic. I don't like Hot Topic.
Listen, Hot Topic did great in Winter Soldier. That's my favorite movie still.
Right, Captain America did great in it.
Yeah,
Hot Topic acted like a Terminator.
He was great in it.
Oh, come on.
And it's that leads into the rest of the run that Ed Brubaker did for Winter Soldier.
It's just
then we're gonna have the trial of Bucky, and then we're gonna have Falcon Cap.
I'll tell you what, if they put Winter Soldier as Captain America, they need to replace the actor.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not gonna happen.
He's that boring to me.
No.
He is.
I'm gonna tell you right now, you and me might not into Bucky, but there's some love for Bucky out there. There's some deep love for
and that's
Bucky.
fine, but that's why they get a better actor for him.
No.
Because this guy's not that good.
No, they're going to keep him.
But You agree
Right.
that he's good?
Yes, I think he's good.
He's
and
awful.
Did you see I, Tonya?
Yes, he's
amazing.
great in that. He's
amazing.
awful as Winter Soldier.
I think he's a good Winter Soldier.
He's the most boring dude. He's like people expected Captain America to be.
No.
Right? Yeah, he was the expectation. And he went goth and started killing people in Winter Soldier. Right?
No. I'm telling you, people are going to love it.
I disagree. Strongly disagree.
No.
I just circled the 5 for strongly disagree.
I strongly disagree. I'm betting he really hasn't had a chance to really be like a character yet. I mean, he's just kind of starting, and I think he's doing good.
Put Falcon as Cap.
They might skip over. They might skip over Bucky and go right to Falcon. I wouldn't be surprised if they did that, but I think he's still going to be in the series.
Fine, have him be the boring background character.
We'll see.
Have him be the character shouting in the background while Guile and Ryu fight each other in Street Fighter.
Okay.
Waving the money.
All right.
Because that's how interesting he is.
Okay. So you remember him.
It's awful.
Always remember him. And I'm sure he's going to be around because if they're doing a Black Widow movie, I could see them doing a Black Widow Winter Soldier movie.
Why?
Because that happens. Like there's a whole thing. They got a whole history. We'll see. I have no idea what they're going to do for the next phase. After D23, I'm sure they're going to... Well, they're going to announce what the next phase is, and then a name that whatever the Avengers movie is, which is apparently a big spoiler.
It's called Reassembled.
I'm betting not. I'm betting it's going to be called, like, New Avengers.
Avengers 4 Dustbuster.
Back to the Future. I could see them doing that. I could see them actually being... It's either going to be New Avengers or the...
What if it's called Avengers Fallout? They just keep doing that.
Oh, wow. No.
Like Mission Impossible?
Oh, really?
That's Mission Impossible Fallout.
Mission Impossible Infinity War?
No, like... Just make it Fallout. Because it's Avengers Aftermath.
Oh, okay. But they already had Civil War. I think it's going to be something that's definitely going to be...
Right, but it was Infinity War.
You know what it's going to be called? It's Everybody Comes Back from Dust World.
That's the full title?
That is the full title. Avengers 4, Everybody Comes Back that you thought was dead.
Avengers 4,
and now
the Roomba.
All the rest are going to die.
I think they're going to kill... Iron Man. It sucks.
I don't think they're going to kill him.
They are?
I'm betting he's going to retire. Because let me tell you, if people hear, oh, Robert Downey's going to be in this one, I'll go see it. He's definitely good. He's definitely going to
cameo. Same thing for Cap.
I think they're going to kill Cap because he doesn't want to come back. Evans has said 1,000 times, I'm done. He's like, I don't think he even want to make these ones.
I think he loved it. What else is he going to do? What else is Chris Evans got going on?
He wants to direct. He directed a couple of films.
Avengers 5.
I don't think he likes it.
Put him in charge of one of the crappy ones.
He's going to make Snowpiercer 3.
He's got to make Snowpiercer 2 first.
No, that's already going to happen. I heard they were going to do the Snowpiercer series that's kind of hitting some bumps.
The only thing he does 5 years down the road if he leaves the Avengers franchise is not another teen movie 2. That's it.
Because he's not a teen.
Exactly. He wasn't a teen then.
No.
Not another This Is 40.
Not another This Is 40.
That's what they call it.
All right, we'll see.
That's right, Jakey about to make a big
mistakey. Yes, yeah. Oh man, that movie had so many amazing things in it. Randy Quaid being one of them.
Watch where you're going, you glasses and ponytail freak. If you haven't
You're
seen...
my sister. It's like, but we're related only by blood.
If you guys haven't seen Not Another Teen Movie...
Go watch Another Teen Movie. It's horrible and it's great at the same time.
It's one of the few parody movies that's funny.
Yeah.
It's like anything made after 1989 that was a parody movie, aside from this, and Scary Movie 2.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, the second one, David Cross.
Yes. In a wheelchair trying to go up the steps. Yep. Probably the funniest moment I've seen in that movie.
How about you give me a hand? How about you give me a standing ovation?
There's so many great things. Tim Curry's in that one.
Yes, he is. And what's his name? David Elliott, is it? Chris Elliott?
Chris Elliott.
Chris Elliott.
And he does great work in that.
It was Little Hand.
Anna Faris. Like, no, there's a lot of good people in that. And the Wayans, of course.
The Wayans.
Because they wrote it. I'm pretty sure they did the first one, they wrote the second one.
And then the third, fourth, and fifth, I don't think they were involved.
Yeah, I don't think they might have done... No, I don't think they did the third one. That one they got, like, the National Lampoon guys.
I think they got the airplane guys.
Oh,
Zucker
really?
Brothers, is it?
Well, I think that is National Lampoon.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they're National Lampoon. Well...
I know Belzer is.
Oh, yeah?
Richard Belzer is
Yeah.
National Lampoon guy.
But...
Munch.
But, so would you recommend Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Yes. But not if you haven't seen Avengers yet.
Yeah, go see, well...
If you haven't seen Avengers yet,
just
sorry.
walk out right as the credits start rolling, because then you won't miss anything. But honestly, yeah, you should see that one. But, let's face it, if you're going to see a Marvel movie, you've probably seen the Avengers.
Most of them.
Yeah. But yeah, Ant-Man and the Wasp, funnier, I think, had a ton of jokes in there. The whole thing with the what was it, the magic, the up close magic thing.
Yeah.
Like, there's tons of great jokes in it, and action was, I think, great. The movie didn't stop for like a moment. Had the best, cardboard maze slide I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's pretty epic.
Yeah. And just seeing Scott's daily routine while he's in under house arrest is pretty amazing.
He's got to kill time somehow.
Yeah. And the guy who plays, I forget his name, but the guy who plays the FBI agent,
he's very funny.
Very funny. I've seen him in a lot of stuff. He's really good. Drag Me to Hell, I think he was in that one too.
Drag Me to Hell? Oh, was he the rival?
I think he was the rival.
That's a good movie.
That is a great movie.
Don't watch that if you get nauseous watching gross stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of really gross old lady fight.
That denture scene.
Oh, the gypsy lady fight was crazy.
Yes, well, most of it's the gypsy lady fight. I still don't agree with the ending.
Yeah, the ending was kind of crazy. But,
Sam Raimi.
Yep.
That's what he does.
No, Evil Dead.
Look at Spider-Man.
It's true.
He had a great series going, and then he ruined the ending.
I think we all know Sony ruined the end. And speaking of Sony ruining things...
Oh, wow.
We'll jump right into that. So, let's talk about Fallout 76.
Yes.
Oh, wow, my voice did a weird cry.
Whoa.
76.
Whoa, Jim. Fallout 76 is a game... It's a game that's coming out later this year.
It's late, and we're a little bit punchy.
Yeah, we're in the library.
I know, but don't say which one. We might get mobbed.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, the lights are going out. Probably get locked in here. We're gonna have to crawl out to the window.
We are gonna have to.
Yeah.
I'll make it quick.
So go ahead.
So Fortnite. We talked about Fortnite, I think, a few weeks ago, and Sony's not allowing crossplay.
Yes.
And
which is really dumb on their part.
Yeah, it's pretty rough, especially when you say that if you've ever linked your account, your Epic Games account, with a Sony account, then that Epic Games account is dead to you on every other console. That's a problem. That
is a huge problem.
So now Bethesda's out there, and Fallout 76 is the first online Fallout game. It's going to be co-op. It's sort of like a Destiny.
Yes.
Where you're going to be able to encounter other people, you can team up with other people, and all this other cool stuff. And you know what I like to do when I team up with other people? Be able to play with them, no matter where they are. But
say hi, wave at them.
Todd Howard, the creative director of Bethesda, who's largely responsible for a lot of their stuff, wanted to do it. And he said that Sony has been making it difficult. So,
but we don't know what that means.
Right. The implication would be that they're not allowing it.
Right.
Because it's not, as of right now, it's not going to happen.
Yes.
And it's gross because there's only so much that you can say to try and counter, allowing your fans to be able to do certain things, right?
Right.
Or not allowing them to. So, when it was Minecraft, because right now, Sony is the weakest version of Minecraft. It doesn't get the same updates.
Oh, yes.
You're not allowed to play with anybody else. But right now, on the Switch, I can play with people on the Xbox. I can play with people on a cell phone. I can play with people on a TV.
Right.
Whatever.
Right.
I'm sorry, TV. PC.
PC.
Although I'm sure there's Minecraft on like a smart TV somewhere.
Oh yeah, you can definitely play. I'm sure Apple TV has some sort of Minecraft.
Then you can probably play with somebody on an Xbox.
Right.
But their excuse for that was it's for the kids. We want to protect the children.
There's no, that is not it at all.
And now you've got the biggest game out there. Probably be the biggest game until early next year.
Right.
And that's Fortnite. And you'll see, actually, it'll probably be bigger even for a long while because people will drop off, but they'll do it gradually.
Yeah.
So Fortnite, again, can't play with other people.
Right.
Because that would be too difficult. And now Fallout, which is going to be a big game this year. I would say probably top 5. And again, you can't play with other people on other consoles. Like, you can play with people on PlayStation, and that's it. And it's almost like they don't understand what made them have such a bad generation with PlayStation 3, right?
Right.
Because you had your PS2, clearly the outperformer between the two, between PS2 and Xbox.
Right.
Then 360 came out.
Right.
And everybody went like super hyped, and Sony's like, we know we got our fans, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're not going anywhere. Let's release our console at, what was it, $200 more?
Yeah.
Than an Xbox 360?
I'm pretty sure.
You need a Blu-ray player, guys. You know you need it. Oh, you don't want it? It doesn't matter. Right? Which was that generation, right? And it caused them to lag behind almost until the launch of PS4.
Right.
Then, Xbox does the thing. They're like, we know the PlayStation's coming out at $400, but we know you want to connect. Because everybody wanted to. That's why it performed so well on 360. Everybody wanted to connect.
Right.
So they force you to buy a Kinect. They charge you $500. Oh, wait, you didn't want the Kinect? Sorry, guys. And they fixed the problem, right? They're still way behind. Sony's way ahead in console sales right now. And therefore, consumer base.
Right.
But you don't keep your consumer base if you say, I'm going to seal my consumer base in a bubble and stop them from being able to do things other people do.
Yes.
You just don't do it.
It's when you limit things, they are, well, why am I being limited? They'll say, well, if I'm limited on this, what else are they going to limit me on? So it's immediately like they're going to jump to the system that gives them unlimited access. They're going to jump to Xbox. They're going to jump to Switch. It's so smart of these other companies to take advantage of that, and so dumb of Sony, which, let's face it, Sony has done some pretty dumb things in the past.
But it's weird because it's not them. It's not Nintendo that's going out there and saying things.
Mm-hmm.
I think the most Phil Spencer ever said was, we'd love to have crossplay. The ball's in Sony's court. That's it. I don't think he said anything more excessive than that.
No, of course not.
But you have the guys, the third parties. And when you limit third parties, you create problems for yourself, right? What did we see with the Wii U versus the Wii? The Wii did gangbusters.
Right.
Sold like crazy. I think it ended up outperforming 360 and PS3.
Oh yeah, it was the highest selling console, I think, for a couple of years.
And do you know why?
Families.
Anybody could play it. It was easy. They used it everywhere.
They had the first real motion controls. That was they were the first system to really adapt that.
But then the Wii U came out.
Yeah.
And Nintendo said, all right, well, we're not going to do online play.
Right.
Right, or we're not going to make a push for online play. And we're doing digital titles, but eventually. You got your Xbox One, you got your PS4, and everything's simple, right? Your PlayStation 4, they're making a big push for indie.
Right.
right? They had their PlayStation Spotlight, but now that's kind of dying away.
Mm-hmm.
And Nintendo learned from their mistakes, which is why the Wii had a short lifespan. So now they have what they call their Nindies,
Right.
where they push Nintendo, they push on the Switch independent titles.
Right.
And it's so easy, like literally, it must be the easiest system to make for right now because there's so much, and it's almost like you're getting inundated with independent titles constantly.
Which is good.
It's great. ToeJam and Earl is coming out on the Switch now.
It's amazing.
But like small titles, and it's an easy platform, right? And most people love that.
Right.
Xbox has made this big push for their ID at Xbox, and then people were complaining that they didn't have enough original IPs. So what do? What do? You listen to the fans, right?
Mm-hmm.
5 new studios announced at E3 this year that they've got, which is crazy. 5 new studios in one year. Now, some of them were studios that worked with them, like Playground Games.
Yeah, I think that's something they've had before.
They're the Forza Horizon guys. But they also said, kind of quickly, Phil Spencer said, they're also working on another action RPG.
Okay.
But we'll talk more about that later, which was clearly Fable, because I could have told you months ago that was the rumor, and that makes perfect sense.
It's does.
A British developer. It's an action RPG. What else would it be?
Yeah, and honestly, they were already working on a sequel to Fable 2.
Well, they were making another Fable, but it wasn't that.
Yeah.
It was the canned Fable Heroes project.
Whatever that was going to be. And honestly, but people wanted that. They wanted whatever the next Fable's thing. Fable had a really good following.
Yeah, it had a following. They progressively declined in sales.
Right.
But it didn't matter. Anyway, sorry, I went off on a huge tangent. But you can't take your toys and go home.
Exactly.
You can't stop your fans from being able to do something they want to do. You can only do it for so long, and eventually they're just going to say the hell with you. The implications now are that Sony will stay in front. But next gen, if they continue this, they're gonna come out like the biggest jerks ever. Basically,
yes.
And it's so bad. Like, I think one of the best comments they've made this generation, in my opinion, of like how out of touch they are with what people want, was when they were asked about backwards compatibility, and one of their representatives said, "Who would want to play those old games?" In the same year that they remaster Uncharted Nathan Drake Collection, and they're working on Shadow of the Colossus remake and Yakuza 0.
Oh, and let's not forget Final Fantasy 7.
Final Fantasy 7, you got your Shenmue 1 and 2 remakes. Like, to say something like that means you understand the business and are ignoring it, don't understand the business, or you're just a liar.
Yeah.
You can't not know what people want to play.
Exactly.
Because otherwise, how are you making it? How are you making Ratchet and Clank, the remaster for 2016, that made a killing?
Right.
Like, somebody's making it, and that's a Sony, pretty sure first-party game, because that's Insomniac? I may be wrong. It might not be first-party. I'm thinking they published it.
Yeah.
But it's gross to say something like that.
Yeah.
It just, I don't know. Whatever. So, not to bash on Sony, because they have great projects.
Oh yeah, not saying not doing like some great stuff. I'm just saying it's silly of them to kind of like limit it in such weird ways that honestly I don't see why it would hurt them, because then it's I know what they're thinking is they want that exclusivity, they want that money just for them kind of thing.
No, I think they literally think that if you have somebody playing Fortnite on an Xbox and they want to be able to play it with their friends on a PlayStation, they're just going to go out and spend $300 on a PlayStation.
They're not.
But what they don't understand is that those people, the people that are on PlayStation that can't play with their friends on Xbox, just play it on their phone.
Yeah.
Just play it on their phone with their friend on Xbox.
Exactly. You can play it on a tablet. You can play it on your
phone. Or
their
PC.
They could do it on a PC.
It's so stupid and short-sighted.
It really is.
It's mind-numbing.
Yeah. So we'll jump off that for right now.
Yeah.
But speaking of people that are opening their universes, Stephen King has opened his universe apparently in a very strange way. The new TV show coming out, Castle Rock, which I'm actually really excited for this.
Yep, Castle Rock.
Castle Rock, produced by J.J. Abrams, and it looks really interesting. It's definitely going to fall in that, like, well, I mean, it's Stephen King, so it's going to be like horror genre type stuff, and cross a lot of his, like, universe stuff. So I know that deals a lot with Shawshank Prison. There's a lot of stuff with, like, little things like there's Cujo references in it. I think there's even references to stuff in it. There's, like, all these other things, and there's even reference to now I'm not sure if it's Needful Things, which is the one where, like, it's basically like the shopkeeper who's like the devil. But there's a reference where that also could be the Crimson King or the Man in Black from the Dark Tower. Because it seems like there's a whole thing where Bill Skarsgård's like hasn't begun yet, and I think that's referencing to some stuff that happens in the Dark Tower.
What if this just turns into Dark Tower?
I could see that happening. But then again, they've already talked about doing a Dark Tower TV series.
But it's just like J.J. Abrams to not call it that.
Yeah.
Right? It's something he would do.
Yeah.
Right? What's Super 8? If you think about it, what was Super 8? It was an alien movie.
Yeah. It was basically like almost like an E.T. movie. But the E.T. was very big.
And angrier.
And he wasn't trying to phone home.
And magnetic.
Yeah. But I could definitely see this being definitely a link to Dark Tower. Okay. And it's definitely going to start, like, some stuff in the town is like there's a whole evil mystery behind it, and it looks like there's some sort of cult stuff going on. I saw, like, the trailer showed a lot of people in prison, so there's definitely showing the Shawshank part of it. There's also some stuff that's referencing like some cult where people are wearing animal masks. That could be
that could be The Shining.
That could be The Shining. That could also be what was that one with the cat people? I can't even think.
Cat's Eye?
Not Cat's Eye.
I've never seen cat people one.
The one I forget. Oh man, now it's gonna kill me. Like I think it's like Stalkers or something. I forget what the one of it is, but with cat people in it. It's kind of crazy. I think it's like they eat the souls of people or something. I don't know, but who knows? I don't know where they're gonna take it, but it looks interesting. It looks really dark. Sissy Spacek's in it, so I'm just like, is this there's some Carrie stuff going on? But I'm betting this is gonna be something to do with the Dark Tower. If a man shows up, if a cowboy shows up in this, or what's his face, who was actually in the Dark Tower?
Matthew McConaughey?
Matthew McConaughey. Like, I could see, like, a Man in Black type character showing up.
All right.
Yeah, if some guy comes in saying that. Or if, what's his name? Who played the gunslinger? Idris Elba walks in. It's definitely going to be some Dark Tower stuff. But who knows? I don't know what they're going to do with it. They definitely could reference some Dark Tower stuff and not go that far into it and just kind of like keep it on the outskirts of it. Because even it and all those kind of reference the Dark Tower in different ways. Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
2 weeks, right? The 25th?
I think so, yeah.
Does Hulu do all their episodes at once?
No, they do it like like HBO.
Show?
Where it's like every week.
Gross.
Yeah. Well, HBO.
Can't binge that.
Yeah. Which, honestly, right now, I wish I could binge Sharp Objects, but they're giving that a little bit at a time. Which, if you haven't seen Sharp Objects, we won't really talk about it.
That's good, because I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it, but definitely watch it. They spent some money on Amy Adams and pretty much everybody else in it.
I would like to call back to when we talked about it on the podcast, which I believe we did.
Yes.
and I said that the little girl looked just like young Amy Adams.
Yeah.
I was right.
Yeah,
because now she's playing her.
She's playing a young Amy Adams in Sharp Objects.
Have they cast her in the new movie? The adult version of her?
Yes, I actually think it's
the mom from Smallville, right?
No.
Oh, that was in the other movie.
Yeah. No, it's I'm pretty sure it's what's her name?
Oh, that's right. It's Zero Dark
30. I was about to say I can't think of her name right now.
Zero Dark 30 is her name.
Well, Zero Dark 30 she was in.
That's her name.
Molly's Game.
Zero.
Jessica Chastain. Sorry.
Mama.
Yes, Mama.
Probably her least memorable role.
But she was good in that. I liked it.
Movie.
It is a good movie.
It's a bad idea to come off Zero Dark 30 with that.
Yeah. Well, she did okay. She also was in The Help. It was really good.
But that was before Zero Dark 30.
Yes.
I'm saying, like, here she's got her Oscar nominated role. I don't think she won, right?
No.
And then she's like, alright, horror movie.
Yeah.
It's like Cuba Gooding Jr. Alright, I won an Oscar. Snow Dogs.
Snow Dogs. Never forget that. It's amazing.
Rest in peace, Cuba.
He's The People versus O.J. Simpson. He was in the last couple seasons of American Horror, too.
I started watching The People versus O.J. Simpson.
Yeah.
And it's rough.
It is rough.
Maybe I'm just missing the draw, but I really think maybe it gets better. But I think for the first 2 episodes where I had to keep being notified that there were Kardashians in it. And he's
Kardashians way before there were Kardashians.
I'm pretty sure he was nominated for an Oscar or for an Emmy for it.
Mm-hmm. He was.
I thought his acting was awful, and John Travolta's acting was even worse. And he's like producing it.
Yeah, I don't know. But I think we're going to wrap things up here. We'll talk more about Sharp Objects after it's like...
Is that their second trip?
Yep.
Just checking.
Yep.
Just so you know, we'll talk about this one next time, guys.
Oh yeah, we're being pushed out. What can I say? But we'll definitely talk to you next week. As always, you can review us on iTunes. We're on Spreaker and Stitcher. You can find us under Precarious Pixels. If you want to talk anything about design or writing or anything like that, it's all hashtag Precarious Pixels. You can find us. And you can find me on Instagram at Tim Martinek, all one word. You can find Bob at
Martin, MARTON _ Bob.
On the
B-O-B.
B-O-B. And that's on Twitter.
Yep.
And as always, we will talk more with you next week. And keep doing your stuff. Design, create. It's definitely a good time to be doing that.
You can look at my last masterpiece on my Twitter.
Yes. Professor McBizzle?
No. The I should put that on there.
You should.
I uploaded my Godzilla Destroy All the City.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so go check that out. And as always, we'll see you next week. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
To do a little redesigning with us, you can find Bob at Martin, MARTON _BOB, on Twitter. And you can find me on Instagram at Tim Martinek, all one word, TIMMARTINEC. And you can join in us, have some fun, do your redesigns for this week's redesign. It's a lot of fun for us to do this, but we like to see fresh ideas and fresh artists like doing what they do as well. You can also hashtag it Precarious Pixels and we'll find it as well.